Goody, goody, everyone. This is Dayhawk, bringing to you my take, my review of Kamen Rider Revice episode 42. This episode, by far, I think, is one of the best episodes of the season, in my opinion. And this episode is all about Junpei, Vail, Dr. Karizaki, and George. And I assume you've seen this episode. And I'm not going to go over a full recap, just the main highlights. And, this episode kind of hit me home. And I will tell you this. It never made me cry. I didn't cry. But it did struck a chord in me. And I'm going to get this out of the way. Just the little things that happened in this episode, which is Akaishi smelling his own mortality. He came very close to getting himself killed. And he is shocked that after all these years, no one was able to kill him because he was an immortal. But now a demon and immortal came very close to killing him. And it's driving him mad. And Daiji pretty much destroyed his dream of having a family, saying that, hey, you're not my dad, leave me alone. Go find another family somewhere else. So it's, even though he's the villain of the story, it kind of stings. It stings a lot. And he sees Daiji as a son. And it stings. Now, with that out of the way, I want to jump into this plan, this master plan that Dr. Karizaki and Junpei, created. This master plan is to get Vail and Junpei together. And in order to do so, Dr. Karizaki places himself in danger by, trying to become a writer. Because remember, in the last episode, you see Dr. Karizaki with a Triceratops V-stamp and a driver, assuming that he's going to transform. But we all knew that he's not going to transform, because Vail is going to stop it and takes the stamp, which he does, and uses it on himself to give him more power and to make him stay in the physical realm. It worked for a short while because you see him dissolve. However, he got transported to some kind of parking lot, and you see Dr. Karizaki, weak, but he is giving Vail a brand new V-stamp called the Crimson V-stamp, which is the same. It is the same design he gave to Ikki. Instead of being black, it's all red. And of course, Vail was like, how in the hell would I trust you? And he was about to kill him, but Dr. Karizaki is like, I'm giving you a chance to settle the score with Junpei. And obviously he takes it. Now, we jump to Iki and Sakura. Once they heard that their dad has told George, "Hey, make me a driver. I want to deal with Vail on my own." And of course the kids is like, "We need to stop him. We can't send our dad, who is old and weak, and we can't let him do this," because they know if anything happens with Vail, he dies as well. But then Mamasan appears, and she tells them, "Do not underestimate your dad. He's not weak. He is a strong man, and he wants to do this for his sake and for the family's sake, for Daiji." But she doesn't really tells them that, but pretty much says, "Do not underestimate him. He's been a writer, but he transformed 3 times without becoming a Kamen writer." And what she meant by that is that these 3 kids helped transform him into a dad, into a better man, into a better person. They help him, just become a better dad, And George comes in, delivers the driver and the new V stamp, and Sakura and Daiji goes out there and tries to find him. And while Mama-san and her 2 kids were talking, we get to see glimpses of them while they were kids. And you see the 3 kids playing at a park. And mind you, Iki and Sakura finds their dad at the very same park that he himself took his kids to. And Iki delivers the driver, and he asks his dad, "Why are you doing this?" "I have many reasons, but one of the main reasons is because of Daiji. He is walking the same path as I did many years ago. I have to do this because I am your dad, and you guys, you and Vail and Sakura, Daiji, you guys helped me. You guys helped me on this path. It's because of you I have the courage to face my fears, to face Vail, my demon, in order to help you guys, and to help myself, and to finally close this dark chapter of my life, to finally close, I'm doing this for all of us." And he goes. And before he does, he sends Daiji a message because he wants him to be present while they have their match. Okay? Now, we fast forward because Daiji and Akaishi had this fight, and then we have another powerful scene between Mama-san and Papa-san. And Papa-san, just offers his apologies because in his mind, he never gave the normal life that his wife deserved. He never gave a normal life to his kids that they deserved to have. And Mamasan gave an excellent response, which is, since when did we ever have a normal life? You know? Since when? Besides, you know, I have a happy life with you guys. You gave me this life. You know, you're a great husband, you're a great dad. You know, what more do I need to ask of you? You know? Obviously she didn't say all that, but that's what I got from that scene. And just that almost it was impactful, but it never gave me a teardrop. No, I did not cry, guys. I did not shed a tear. So there. But it was a powerful scene. It really was. And leading towards the final battle, everybody was present. George was shocked to see his dad with Vail, but again, it was all part of the plan. And Dr. Karizaki like, shut up. Like, this is part of the plan. Okay? Just watch. And you have the 3 kids watching. But there is one uninvited guest that appears, and of course it was Akaishi Palpatine, aka the Mouth of Gif. And of course, you know, Vice and Ikki fights him. Daiji tries to, you know, help Akaishi, but of course Sakura stops him, saying that please don't leave. You need to see this. And of course Daiji's like, no, I'm not gonna hear it. So Sakura tries to stop him. All the while Vail and Junepi are having this final showdown. They haven't transformed yet, but they have this brief moment to talk. And there's this part in this scene where I didn't like, and it was the part where you see all the riders versus their opponents in the scene while Vail and Junepi were talking, and I didn't like that all that much. And I didn't like the sad music in the background either. To me, it kind of killed the moment, because I wanted this battle to be very personal, very bloody. Of course, we're not going to get very bloody because this is a kids show, but beaten to a pulp to the point where they are unable to stand up, you know. But fast forward with the Ikki, Vice, and Akaishi. They defeated Akaishi, and what it looks like, they killed Akaishi. So we don't know if he's alive, but apparently in the next episode he is still alive. And then Sakura defeats Daiji. Now everybody is watching this match, and they transform. Junepi is the new Kamen Rider Deathstream, which, by the way, I love the suit. It's really good. They put a lot of thought and effort in that suit, and I can tell, and I like that suit very much. Unlike the reprinted Crimson Vail, which is another copy of Kamen Rider Vice, you know, and I like the colors, but I wish if they had more time and effort to make Deathstream, they could have done the same for Vail, but I don't know. It sucks. It sucks, but the suit is okay. What can you do? And then you have this awesome fight and which kind of kills like the mood because of the music in the background. I wish it was a more dramatic song, but hey, it is what it is. And they put everything in this match. It told a story. It told a story, and it looked like Vail was about to win, but Junpei turned the tide, and this final blow with the rider kicks, it's like, who is gonna win? Who's gonna win? It's almost like two swordsmen just goes running towards each other. There's a slice, and you cannot tell who got sliced and who did not until the very end. And it was Vail. And you see him disappear. He turns into a spirit. He is dissolving, but before he is totally gone, Junpei grabs the Crimson V stamp and uses it on Vail, and he gets sucked in the same way many years ago with the demon driver. Now, here's the twist that they didn't do last time. Junpei uses the V stamp and stamps himself with it. And then we get that awesome final scene between those two. Junpei says that it's over. You can sleep in me. You can sleep with me now. And Vail was like, you're not the man that I sought revenge to. That's because, this is Junpei, that's because I'm not Junpei. I am Genta. And Vail's like, Genta, huh? Do you hate me? And Genta says, I forgive you. I already forgave you. And Vail, in his own way, approaches Genta and has this, moment and tells him, I will never forgive you. I will not forgive you, and I will never will. And he disappears within Genta. And that's it. It was over. And before long, everybody is, in shock, because you see him, Genta, all bloody, because you see cuts and all that. And everybody is in celebration mode, except for Dr. Karizaki and George, because Dr. Karizaki told George everything was part of the plan. We planned this from the beginning. I'm proud of you. You surpassed me. I love you, Georgie. And he ends up collapsing. And we don't know for sure that he's alive or he just collapsed. So that's a question mark. Genta appears before Daiji, telling him to forgive yourself. This is how you deal with your demon, forgive yourself. And, I love you. And he pats him on the head. And he stands up, and then he just collapses. And Vice is like, oh my god, he's dead. And he just checks to make sure there's a pulse. Oh no, he's alive. And Ikki's just, seriously? Dude, seriously? Don't do that. Don't do that crap. And as Vice is like, please don't leave me, Papa-san, don't leave me. Ikki approaches his little brother and sticks out his hand and just tells him, please come home. We want you back. And Sakura joins in. Please, we want you home. We want this family to be whole. And just when Daiji was about to grab those hands, Gift interferes, ruins the moment. And yeah, that's it. That's the end. Gift ruins the moment. And let's see what happens in the next episode, guys. This episode is one of the best episodes of the season, you know? And wow, I'm impressed. I wish the battle was more personal. I wish they didn't add that music in the background and, these images of the riders and their opponents. It's just, I didn't like it all that much. It needs some tweaking. But overall, it told a good story. And now Genta, he is whole once again. And Vail, well, in his own way, forgives, air quotes, even though he said that he will never forgive him and he will never forgive him. So, yeah. So I wonder how Kagero how will Kagero and Daiji coexist, I'm curious how Daiji approaches Kagero and be like, hey, I forgive you. Let us work together and, just coexist. Because we all know that Kagero can be a wild card. But we all know that it's necessary to keep him around because look what he has been doing. Because his light side is out of control. He sees things that all that he's doing is for the greater good, but obviously it's not. So we'll see how Kagero returns and how Daiji and Kagero can mend fences, if any, But I really enjoy this episode. It could pull your strings. So tell me, guys, did you like the episode? Did you dislike it? Did I miss anything? And also give a like if you like it, and please subscribe. And tell me, what did you like about the suits as well, And do you think that Toei could have just made a brand new suit for Vail and not be another copy of the original? I don't know. What do you guys think, Alright, guys. I will leave you now before I start to ramble. And thank you for listening. And I'll see you all on the other side of oblivion. Johnny.